Alright, I have been playing Nightreign, and it took me quite a while to get used to the game. One, I haven't played Elden Ring in a bit, so my hands were not quite controller ready, so it took a bit for them to get controller ready. I mostly play on PC, and I don't often use controller a lot, so it took a little bit for me to use controller. One of the more difficult things for me to get used to using, I'm still not perfect at it, is using your special abilities. When you use your special ability, you have to hold the Y button and then hit the right or left trigger. Now, I've never really played a game where you have to hold Y and hit the triggers and then let go of Y to hit the triggers in different fashions. So it's a bit of a muscle memory, mind memory thing to learn. And there are other aspects in the game that make it a bit difficult to get going at the first. Most of those are speed and item related. So when you play through Nightreign, you don't want to be spending too much time picking up gear, looking at gear, and looking at items. So I'd recommend, if you're new to the game, completely ignore the items for the most part. You don't want to be picking up like turtlenecks and pickled feet and all that shit. Just ignore that. Also ignore most weapons. You're going to pick your class. So in your classes, you can go to the visual codex and you can go to characters and you can take a look at the character stats. My favorite so far is the executioner, not because the executioner's skills are very good. He turns into like a big beast and he has a cool little sword thing. The sword thing usually gets me in more trouble than it's worth because you can't run while using it, but I like the executioner because he has an S in arcane and an S in dexterity. That means that if you're using a Cantana and your prop and bleeds, it's going to be huge. Big dick damage, and that's why Executioner is my favorite. The easiest to start out is with Iron Eye because he starts with the bow, and the bow you don't run out of arrows, and you can auto-lock, and it's really quick. It's super easy, and it is actually quite powerful. You have a mark that increases damage against enemies, and you also have a big boy shot. And so when you're first starting out, I would probably recommend starting out with Iron Eye and play with the bow. When you're playing with the bow, you can ignore all melee weapons. You can ignore all items on the ground. Focus on your main bow. You could even go and upgrade your main bow. There's several merchants you can find, and then you can just use your main bow through most of the game if you don't find a better bow. If you find a better bow, that's great. But the benefit of that is you're not looking around at a lot of items, and you're mostly just getting used to playing the game and going to the other places. I fucked up pretty big when I first started this by spending too much time looking at gear, looking at items as if it's regular Elden Ring. You're not looking at gear, you're not looking at items, you're mostly just playing through. You can almost view this as a preset character, and for the most part, you ignore your gear. Now, you will get some good gear, you will get rares and uniques and much more powerful items, but the downside of that when you're first starting off is you don't really know what those are, and it just takes too much time. You're not going to be able to play the game fast enough to be successful and to have a good time. And it's the speed, I think, that is causing a lot of players to have a bad time when they start this game. Now, I also had a bad time for the first probably 2 hours, and then I got used to the speed. I got used to everything else. I'm still not a great Elden Ring player. I'm not a great Souls player. I don't have the attention span to focus enough to dodge when I need to dodge and do everything that I need to do. But that is my advice. You kind of ignore everything except for going from A to B and picking up loot and gear. So I'm just going to go ahead and play a game. I'm going to suck really bad because I'm going to be talking while playing, and this is my first time playing with a full random team. My boy, who I usually play with, is not online, so I have to play by myself, which means that it's going to be pretty rough to coordinate things. Now, people are going to set pins down, and if they don't, you want to set pins down. Ideally, they will kind of naturally provide a leader. There's going to be one person who's more experienced, and he's going to be setting pins, and you want to follow that leader. And if that leader doesn't exist, you want to become that leader yourself. So if you start dropping pins, you have to keep dropping pins throughout the whole game and guide your team where to go. If you're good enough, once you get good enough to do that. If you're new, just follow your other team members around and stay in a group. That is very difficult to do when you don't have any type of communication available. So let's see how good I can do. Another thing you can do is with your characters, make sure that you know what kind of weapons you're going to be using. If you're the raider, you're a strength character, S rank strength, you're going to want all of the strength items. Those big boy clubs, axes, maces, big old two-handers, all that jazz. And if you're an iron side, you can use bows primarily, but he has an A in dex, so you can use kantanas if you want. This guy's mostly a tank, so you kind of want to know what you're doing. One of my favorites is actually the Duchess, which you don't get at the beginning. You have to kind of unlock because it has a B in dex, an A in int, and a B in faith. So you can use any dex, int, faith items, and it's pretty dope. He also has a lot of FP, and if you're just starting out, you can get a couple items that let you use something called a bell, and you can pop that bell from a distance, and it will kind of auto track and do pretty good damage. It falls off later on once you get better at the game, but if you suck at the game, the bell is a pretty good crutch. Another reason I like this character, again, S in dex, and a lot of bows use very high dex, so it can use a bow. So you can become a samurai with a bow. Now, the bows are really nice because if you run out of S this flash, you kind of want to stay back and be protected. Unless you're super good, then none of this advice really applies to you. But you want to kind of stay back and play a little bit defensively and shoot bitches with your arrow. Now, I think I fucked up the matchmaking because I went to the menu. So let's cancel that and try again and just sit here. There's a lot of fatal flaws in this game. The biggest one being that it requires 3 people to play and they're random. So if the popularity of this game drops, the game is dead. The game can literally just die and become completely unplayable, which I imagine will happen at some point. Maybe not. I might be wrong, but I imagine at some point, you know, this game's just going to die. So it does have an end life cycle. Now, the first thing you want to do when you drop in is I like to try to find a church. So you're going to drop in, and usually there's an encampment right next to where you are, and you want to get to level 2 or 3 as quickly as possible, because level 1, you are super weak, and the levels are very important in this. By the end of the game, you want to be level 12, level 13 if possible, and no lower than level 10. If you're level 9 on the 3rd day, you're not going to be doing very well. So right here, church perfectly on the thing. You see that other person dropped a pin? I might have a leader, which would be great because I could talk better and not have to open my map. The map is very clunky and awkward, in my opinion. So hopefully one of these guys is better than me, and he can lead the team, and I can follow and talk while I do it. Right here, you're getting another Estus Flask, so now you're at 4. And that's very important for the bosses. So let's see if any of them are going to drop some pins. Perfect. I'm going to be following this blue guy. He's dropping pins, and we're just going to do what he says. Now, when you're on here, you can hold the R3, which is where your controller is, and you can kind of tag it saying, I am also going there. Ooh, look at that little merchant. We don't have any money, but there's a merchant there, so you can upgrade your starting item, which can be a pretty good thing if you don't find any better items pretty quickly. Looks like I got a pretty good group here, which is great, because as I was saying, I'm not excellent at this game, and, you know, I won't be doing a lot of the heavy lifting. You're going to want to just kind of go from group to group, killing enemies, and getting... Oh, shit, doggy. Let's fuck this boy up with my sword. Now, for this guy's ability, when you hit the Y and you go into the special ability, the main reason you want to do that is because it gives you a ton of stamina. But it is a bit of a learning curve, because you can't... Okay, we don't want either of those really, so I'll just grab this to get it out of the way. Level 3. And you can see I'm still quite a bit slow. I accidentally equipped it and removed my other one, but it's fine. I think pretty sure that I just fucked that up big time. Every now and then you will get a fucky wucky, and you'll have a cascading failures. You'll just long cascading batch of failures. Twin blade. I don't want none of that. You see how I'm taking all this time to read this stuff? I shouldn't be doing that. I should just be running through. And then once you find your item that you're going to be using for the whole game, you don't really need to look at anything else. You find the item you're looking for, and you can just kind of ignore everything else. And again, I usually ignore all this stuff. Like, I don't even know what this does. So if I accidentally pick something up, I don't know what it does. I'll just kind of pop it, and just to get it out of my inventory. And some places always drop something. Like, there are always staffs in this room. So if you're a mage, always staffs in that room. So looks like we're following green. Green is going to that encampment, which is excellent. Let me put the marker saying I'm going too. You got little bird things. I kind of don't like these. I wish you can control it better, but it just lets you fly a little bit. And you can drop down once I remember the button to press and do some cool plunging attack if you're lucky. The best player I've played with ignored all of these enemies and went straight to each boss. And I don't really like that because I don't find it super fun. I like to fight these little boys. But apparently it's a lot more effective if you don't, because that guy carried me so hard. Oh, someone's down. Pick him up, pick him up. See, right there in that instance, I was in the wrong, because those two were fighting together and I wasn't there. So that was my fault for not being there. If I was there, we would have resurrected him a lot sooner. And in this type of a game, you do kind of have to analyze what you're doing wrong to contribute to the team. Yeah, I'll pick that up. A great E-peen. Your starting item is usually pretty weak. And when you're low on health, a little hack, you can do this, and it kind of heals you up, and you just go to town. Now, I like to save this for resurrecting people on bosses, and you can get stuck. Like right here, there's nothing I can do. I can't cancel out of this animation, so I just gotta fucking hang out, which is kind of shitty. Just gotta wait and then undo it. There needs to be a cancel button. We'll get the Venomous Fangs, and we'll drop that guy. I don't really like the fangs, but it will allow me to poison people, which is great for bosses. Is that a new one? Yes, it is. Someone got a key, which is excellent. I wonder if it was in the merchant. Now, I love these jumps, so I always jump on them when I can, just because it's fun. So I'm going to put a marker here, but they're not here yet, so let's kind of explore around this area. Okay, we got a tree sentinel over there, which we'll fight right after this. So I'll put a marker on that tree sentinel once they're done here. Let's see where that tree sentinel was. Right over this way, so like right there. Since I'm using the Scorpion Claws, I mostly want to fight this dude until he's poisoned, and then I'll switch my weapon over. He's poisoned, so I can switch to this weapon again. Boom, easy peasy. And the more you play, the quicker you can play, and the quicker you play, the better you play. This whole thing is about speed. You want to play as quickly as possible. And if you're not playing quickly, let's see if I can convince these guys to go where I want, where this tree sentinel is. Hopefully they see this tree sentinel and go with me. Our tree battle dude. Yeah, they see it. Great. And you want to try to kill these bosses. Ooh, dung beetle. Now these aren't shared. I'll let him have it. If it doesn't work for you... Oh, wait. No, we missed it. The fire is now coming. But we can bait him. Locking on is a huge pain, and not exactly sure what they can do to improve it, but I feel it needs a bit of improving. I got kicked in the face by a horse. Let's go big. The range on his attacks are way too low for how big he is. Sometimes you'll do it and you're just whiffed out. For me, using this guy's ability, it's best to do on like a small group of a lot of enemies because it has really good AoE clear. Okay, someone's fucking that dude up and he's getting out of the poison range. Good old bleed proc. You want to get right in their asshole. Can't see anything, but you just swing that asshole as much as you can. I have no magic, so that was pointless, but I just wanted to do it for some special times. Let's go, big boy sword. Using this sword gives you a ton more stamina. Did I just die? Oh, I am good. Looks like we got a bad player, which sucks. But we have one really good player. He casted that masking on the perfect time. But that dude's just a fucking loser. As am I. Having all that extra stamina is really nice for helping people up as well. So when you want to help people up, you trigger your thing, and it's really nice. We should have skipped this. Sometimes you don't really know how difficult the enemy is, and this enemy is obviously too difficult for us at this level. And our team is pretty shitty because that one dude. But this dude is way too overpowered for where we're at. And I'm the one who started this fight, so that's my fault. I'm low on life, so I'm gonna go big. Big dick. You want to grab this and run. This is where being quick is important. Because now I'm in the poison zone. And I think that was a waste. I don't think that was worth it because it was too difficult and it took too much time. And that is my fault. Hopefully someone dropped a pin. If no one did, let's get that dung beetle. I'm doing better than I would have thought. I'm not doing as good as I normally do because I'm having to talk a lot, but I am doing better than I was expecting because I'm having to talk while play, and you know, that's just a lot harder. This game requires quite a bit of focus. And when I first started out, the first, I'd say 2 hours of this game were pretty frustrating and not very fun. If I wasn't playing multiplayer, I might have quit, but with multiplayer, everything is just a little bit more fun. Why won't it? It won't let me do it? Oh, what the fuck? That's great. Now, we have a lot of time, so I am gonna go to that dung beetle. If I can find her. Come on, dung beetle. Where are you at? I can't see the dung beetle. It's in this area somewhere. Maybe it's underneath me. But I missed out on a dung beetle. Dung beetles are pretty powerful, because if you get the right fucking thing, it is massive. It is huge. It can benefit a ton. Talisman is what they're called. And now the area is shrinking in, and we're gonna go into, I think, our first boss. And I'm level 8 for the first boss, which is bonkers, actually. Really high level for the first boss. I do need a new weapon, because I have a magic weapon right now. And I don't know exactly if it changes the weapon attribute to int, if it has magic added to the item. So you see this sword? It's got magic damage type. So I'm not sure if that changes it to int. Looks like it might, because the claw is almost doing as much damage. You're already poisoned, so now let's make you bleed. Let's go into this mode for like huge stamina bonuses. This mode sucks because you gotta dash a lot to move. But you get a ton of stamina to wreck shit's ass off. As you see, I'm walking super slow, and then you gotta dash, and you have to remove it in order to not do that, which is a bit difficult. Oh, I fucking hate this guy. That was some good damage. Let's switch to my claws. Let's get a poison off on him. Just like not hitting him, which is annoying. Sometimes the targeting is a bit wonky because I'm just missing and missing and missing. Okay, this weapon's not good enough to be able to reach him. Let's get this big dick sword. Can't see a fucking thing. I hate this boss. Out of potions. Our summoner was doing pretty bad, but he did work on that boss. I don't like any of these, but I guess I'll do whatever. our blue guy. Did I forget to get my thing down there? I'll follow the blue guy's lead. No, I got one. You start with 3 potions, and then you gotta upgrade to, I think, 6 total. Now, ideally, as we're running over to this church, which is a good idea to go to all the churches, which updates your Estus flask, or whatever they call it in this one. I like to fight groups on the way, instead of just running. Like, I hate that boss, but let's hope he doesn't try to fight him. Okay, good. Ah, fuck, he saw him. But we did work. A lot of times you can do work and wreck them really quick like that, and it's great. Come on, give me a better way up in. See, sometimes I'll get stuck with that weapon on and I kind of just forget, and I'm trying to run and trying to move quickly and it doesn't let me do it, so I really kind of don't like that aspect of it. But it's pretty powerful because of the stamina benefits you get. Let me remark it. Oh, there we go. Oh, physical damage increase. I gotta take it. What kind of, those my claws? Oh, yeah, those are my claws. Let's see. I'm a little lost on where we're going. Are we going to the church over here? Am I red? I am red. Church might take a little while to get to. We might have to get it on the next one. It's always nice if you can get 1 leader, which obviously is not me. Oh no, they are following me. I'm in the behind. I'm gonna want a bow at some point. I'll pick that up. It's a shitty bow, but it's a bow. I do know what he's doing. Got that plunging attack on and everything. Physical damage mitigation. I always like to get the permanent stats over weapons if possible. Permanent stats are just, in my opinion, a little stronger. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. That's just kind of like my opinion, man. Now for this game, you do kind of really got to pay attention and stay focused. You kind of lollygag a little bit, you can get yourself into some trouble. Ooh, merchant. What do you got? It's the regular merchant. That's not good for me. Ooh, poison and bleed. Poison and bleed is nice. church. So let's see if we can get to the church. I do hate the scythe moves. Okay, you fucking dicks. You fucking dicks. I wanted to go big dick right there. And I'm gonna go big dick right now. Because these guys are fucking assholes. Big dick. This is the perfect time to do it. Fuck you. I ain't fucking with that shit. I need to... Oh, did we fuck around too long? We fucked around too long and we missed the church. Is he going for it? I'll go for it with him. I'll probably die. Nope, I made it. That's a risky move, but sometimes it's a risk you gotta take. Okay, I don't like this weapon. It's a little hard to use, so I'm gonna stick with the bleed Katana for a little bit. I'll switch to that when I go to a boss and I want to apply poison. You can see at my top left corner, you'll see a level up. You see a little blue arrow. That'll let you know whether you can or cannot level up. And if you see that blue arrow, you always kind of want to try to find your way over to a barn fire right here. And you hit this as the blue comes in and level up.
There is no escape for thee, little pillager, bent on sacking the lands of gold.
Ooh, someone is targeted. And we are in the circle. Why is that guy targeted? Oh. Bunch of whiffs, bunch of misses. No one died. No one died. I went big dick on that motherfucker right there. That was fucking awesome. See, sometimes you get great moments of glee. You also get great moments of frustration. Power gained. What the fuck happened there? Newly found Sight of Grace raises attack power. Wow. Jesus. That is awesome. Oh, boss is down here. See that big dick bleed? Ah, I missed. I can level up. Hopefully he drops a... Ooh, damn. A fucking poison. I don't like that weapon. Now we got a poison Katana and... See that double whiff? Sometimes you just whiff and it's embarrassing and you hope no one saw it, and I hope they didn't see it. Get the fuck on out. Right now I'm fucking around. They're all together, I'm not. And they're heading to the church. Oh man, that guy's good. Yeah, it's really nice when you get a good leader. Our blue guy is our leader at the moment. He's telling us where to go. Makes all the difference in the world to have someone who's solid enough to be able to navigate the whole team. We are doing shockingly good for randos. This is not an average performance for randos, though I have only played 3 games with randos. This is my 3rd game with randos. Typically, you know, I'm playing with one other person, and then we have one random, and the one random will eventually start to follow us because we're sticking together and going together. Now you can see I kind of know where to go in a lot of these places, which is pretty new for me. For the longest time, I had no fucking clue where I was heading. I think I just missed with all of those right out of range, which is annoying. That was a perfect usage of my L2. Oh shit, that is a lot of fucking damage. Oh, a Moonveil Cantana with bleed. Okay, I want that Moonveil. I mean, Moonveil is an int weapon, but it seemed like it did more damage. Let's see, 150, 196. Jesus, yeah, that's gonna do more damage, even though it's int. I'm not sure it's int. It might not be int. I don't know if these keep what it was on the original Elden Ring or whether it's different. And there's no way to know that, as far as I know. There's no way to tell what weapon skillings or what. What the fuck was that? Blood Great Knife. I kind of want that. What can I replace? See, I shouldn't be doing that. Let's drop this guy, and let's move this guy to that spot, and we don't need that guy. It's always kind of good to clean up your inventory when you can. That might be alright. Get some quick bleed damage. I'll keep the Moonveil on. Some of these are special, and it might just be one guy who's a special merchant, but the special merchant's pretty dope. Says there's supposed to be a boss here. Maybe we already killed it? This is not fully optimal because we're kind of just hanging out waiting for the boss. But it's fine. I forgot how to use Moonveil. I think I hold that. There we go. This character has very low FP, so if you can get something that restores FP on hit, that's kind of nice too. I think I have that on. Fucking double whip. See how I got my health back there? That was pretty slick, if I do say so myself. Oh, missed. I just died because I switched to the other Cantana, which is a huge risk I make every time I put that on, which is why I don't typically like to put it on, and I struggle taking it off all the time. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I guess if you're good enough, it's always good, but I'm not good enough. Oh my fucking god. Whiff, whiff. 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 Sometimes that's just how it fucking goes. You miss and you miss and you miss, and then this fuck dick goes out of the arena. You know what? You wanna play like that? You wanna fucking play like that? This should be day 3, I think. Ah, fucker. Whiff, whiff, whiff. Can't hit shit. Whiff. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Gotta pop a potion. Gotta pop a potion. Someone died. Who died? Oh, the enemy died. Great. Wait, no he didn't. Who the fuck died? Oh, it must have been one of his summons. Shit, I fired one too many bows. And Ancient Dragon dead. Much better performance than I was expecting, given the fact I'm kind of talking and playing at the same time. Max FP, raise poise, create glint blades automatically. I don't really like any of these options, but I guess since I have Moonblade, I can do FP. Level 12, level 13 is ideally where you want to be. I'm close to level 13, but 12 is fine. Okay, I think I can maybe upgrade that bow. So let's buy one of these. And let's see. Yes, I can upgrade the bow, which is nice. Longbow +2. I don't think I'm going to be using this dagger, so I can actually just drop it. I got bleed poison, so I'll probably start with the bleed poison Cantana. Let us get some of these guys. And what is my item situation? I don't want this grease. Whoops. I was trying to use it. Drop that. I don't want this grease. Drop this. Well, not there. guess I can buy temporarily boost physical attack and then some turtleneck. And I accidentally picked up this. Ooh, Duchess dagger with poison. That's pretty nice. Alright. I'm ready to go. I gotta take a piss so bad, so hopefully this boss is quick. I can't remember what boss we picked. I think I picked a hippopotamus, whose rhymes are bottomless. Looks like we might have missed... I might have missed one church. Let's see. Start at 3. I don't know if I missed a church or not. Oh, that guy's taking a break. That's great. Is he letting his... He's probably letting his abilities charge. Or he's trolling. He's trolling. In the right moments, this game is way more fun than it is frustration. In the wrong moments, it's way more frustration than it is fun. It's like an abusive relationship. I'm gonna start with the poison, see if I can get a poison on this bitch. Got him poisoned, switch to the Moon Veil. Whoops, I didn't even mean to do that. I wanted to two-hand it. Come the fuck over here, dude. Oh, he did not fucking get me. We all saw that fucking bullshit. Oh, that didn't hurt that much. Don't mind if I do. He getting mad. Oh, shit. I don't even know what the fuck just happened. Oh my god, I'm getting some lag. Good thing our good player is still alive. Get me up, buddy. I rolled right into the damage zone. He's targeting someone else. Means I can go in safely. Fuck, I fucked that up so bad. That is completely my fault. That entire defeat is my fault. Fuck. Ugh. Sometimes that's just how it goes. That's just how it fucking goes. I should have ran back and healed. Oh, I should have ran back and healed. Maybe even popped on my bow and hit him with a couple bow attacks. But I wanted to get in there and get that poison off. I got too greedy. I fucked the whole world up. Woo! Gotta piss and I am sweating. Sweating up a storm. So our summoner was a bit weak. Helped out a lot on the bosses. Yeah, that was actually a really good run. Really fucking good run. You see where you ran to. I wish it kind of gradient as color, but I do think you can do other things to see where you went. Now these things are all pretty fucking useless. Even if you get really good ones. 8 HP restored when used. Cure meat, medical, blouses, etc. +3 to strength. Even if you get something like +3 to strength, it's really not going to do that much for you in the long run. It's not going to make or break the build. Those things are kind of a waste of time. I think it allows them to balance the game better, but I think they really should have better rewards. This game has quite a few flaws to it, but when it pops off, there are very few games that provide the level of intensity that this game provides. The intensity of this game. I am sweating. I am fucking stressed out, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I like that. I like that. It's a very, very intense, non-stop, action-packed event. Now, I don't know if I can play that for like, well, I guess I did play it for like 12 hours straight. I probably almost had a heart attack doing that. Anyways, I very much like it. They need a lot of improvements to it, but I think a lot of the complaints are warranted. But to like give it a bad review because it's not perfect, I think is a bit silly. And is it better than the base Elden Ring game, or is it better than any of the FromSoft products? No, it's not. It's a completely different experience. They're trying to build a co-op multiplayer experience, and Japan is not very good at this kind of a thing. The Japanese developers like online multiplayer, for not having any voice chat, not having a lot of that stuff, is kind of par for the course for most Japanese companies. Now, Japan is kind of in the past in a lot of different aspects. When you think of Japan, you think, you know, they're like leading tech in the future, but not in all aspects. America for software is significantly better than Japan. That's why Microsoft's online platforms are always better than Sony's, and Nintendo's is just a fucking joke because for whatever reason, they're just not up to speed on the idea of multiplayer. It's weird, but it is the truth. Now, if I were to rate this game as is, I would give it probably a 7 or 8, simply because it's a little undercooked. It's very frustrating at times, and it relies too much on random multiplayer experiences. Now, if you got 2 friends that you're playing with and you're in a tight group of 3, this is a 10 out of 10 experience. You can't really get this level of intensity on very many other games. So if you're playing this with friends, this game is spectacular. If you're playing it with randoms, it's like a 7 to 8 out of 10. That run you just saw was much better than you can expect to get in my experience. And that might be because I'm 4 bosses deep, and I think it pigeonholes people based on how many bosses they've completed. I don't remember how to go. I think it's in the journal. No, and there is single player, which I haven't done yet, in like the remembrances. But I think, I guess it's in the expedition. I think once you kill a certain amount of bosses, it puts you into a different bracket because it kind of changes the world. You see how I got like shit falling all over every time you kill a boss, and it unlocked. I just got this unlocked on the night aspect on the last one that I killed. So I think as you get better at the game and as you complete some of these game contents, I think the people that multiplayer pairs you with are also at the same level as you. So the 2 people I was with, they probably all have killed these 4 bosses. Not these exact 4 bosses, but they've killed 4 bosses, which means they were somewhat good enough to be on a team that killed 4 bosses. That's really nice because you're not going to get someone who has 1 minute of Nightreign gameplay into your game when you have 20 hours. You're going to get people that are usually pretty close to the same difficulty, which is kind of smart. They did something similar to that with one of their other products. I had a mod installed, And then I got put on a ban list where I could still do multiplayer, but I can only do multiplayer with other banned players. So I was mostly getting multiplayer with cheaters, right? People that would cheat, they'd get banned and put into a cheat bucket, and then they got the non-cheat bucket, which is kind of a smart thing to do, because if people want to cheat, you still kind of want them to be able to play the game, but just put them in a bucket with other cheaters. And in this one, you're getting in a bucket with people that are of your similar skill ranked. At least I'm assuming that's what's happening, because our randos really started to improve as we started to beat bosses. And again, we got one guy who carried us so hard. He just ran, put all the markers down, he skipped all enemies, and he just went straight to each boss. And I think we almost cleared the entire map of bosses. It was bananas. I could barely keep up. And most of the time, by the time that I got to where he was, he had already cleared the boss, and all I was doing was getting the reward. It was kind of frustrating because I was not able to help nearly as much as I could, because he was just a fucking god. Just a complete chatteroony. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of these relic rights. This is what I'm rocking with. Increased HP, flask also apply to allies, and so do your items. Endurance and arcane, and FP restoration on successive attacks and +3 to dex. Now I bet if I took all these off, I would barely even notice it. So don't spend too much time on these. Just kind of find some good ones that you wanna get. And I got some cash, so let's go ahead and whoops, wrong one. We want to go to the jar boy. Let's just go ahead and buy some of this shit. We got a few of these to. Well, what the fuck is this? Oh, she 3 green. That's new. That is new indeed. And I got more of those. Oh shit. Okay, these are all new. I didn't know. Improved character skill, attack power for the Duchess. The Guardian. Oh, these are nice. Okay, these are pretty good. This must be after you kill like the 4th boss. These start to improve. Revenant, Executor. Roaring restores HP while art is active. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Most of the time I don't know what this shit means. But +2 to dex, +2 to arcane does fit the theme. But for now, I am just going to get randoms so you can see what 5,000 cash looks like in randoms. And you can see that it's kind of... nope. 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 Armament magic damage. Improve great sword. Endurance. Don't really want to use a great sword with magic. Nope. 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 So yeah, so these need work. These are so minor of improvements. You equipped all 3, you're probably gonna get what, like 5% improvement in damage or some shit. So that is a bit disappointing. The loot's a bit disappointing. The reason to play beyond, you know, fun are pretty limited. There's not a lot of progression. Sure, you want to kill all those bosses, but you're not really improving your character that much. And a lot of roguelikes are kind of similar. The more you play it, you get little tiny incremental improvements. But after a while, those incremental improvements really do make a big factor. And in this game, kind of not so much. Kind of not so much. But I do like the game. I hope this was entertaining or helpful. And give it a shot. If you don't like it, you know, don't bitch at me.